able to get downtown. The other is the seniors that live along Viewmount. We have so many seniors residents and their churches, and they won't have any way to get to their medical appointments, their masses. It's just unfair. It's unfair and inhumane to do that to the seniors. And they're the ones that can't be calling you and emailing and doing online feedback forms because they don't have access to that stuff. So they have no way of knowing that this is even happening.
So taking away the 4 buses that they're proposing basically leaves our neighborhood with very little options in terms of public transit.
How do you respond to the argument that the city's in a tight financial bind and that they need to save money, by cutting inefficiency in the bus system?
Well, I would say that we live in an urban neighborhood and pay higher taxes because of our proximity and the house values that we have. And so for us to be losing services while suburban sprawl is gaining services, to me seems a bit unfair.
Does anyone have anything to say about the process, the way this was rolled out and the way you heard about it and the amount of time you had to respond and whether you were given appropriate sort of options to the cuts? Or
personally, I think it was just they're just trying to check the mark in the box to say we covered all the requirements that we have to do by allowing the public to speak. Honestly, though, I think they've only approached this from a fiscal point of view. They put on their economist hat and just looked hard at the numbers. Didn't consider the human side of this. Just take a drive down Viewmount Drive and you can see all the seniors' residences. You go during the day, you can see them at the bus stop.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just they weren't as transparent about it as they should have been.
Yeah.
They tried to push everything through under one banner of here are all the changes. They didn't get into the specifics,
right,
and really give you an idea of what the impacts are. And just going around the neighborhood and asking people, the lack of awareness is pretty surprising.
It is, yeah.
We haven't seen any posters anywhere about the public consultation sessions that they're holding.
Yeah.
I don't know how the seniors would even know about it if they didn't have internet access, and how many of them really do. I mean, there should be signs everywhere, and everyone I've talked to has already said, well, this has already been approved by council.
Yeah.
How could that even happen?
Well, more people probably found out from your posters than from anything else.
Right, and if it were May and the weather were warmer, I could assure you that we would be outside with our neighbors and spreading the word. Unfortunately, they did this in March when, we're not going for walks, we're not playing with the kids outside, and we don't have a way to tell everybody.
Yeah. The other thing, I don't know how they define inefficiency in terms of the transit system, but the people you talk to who use the 3 say that it's full frequently.
It
it's used a lot.
And the 57 to Tunney's Pasture, I know that's a very well-used bus, peak period bus.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the data.
Yeah. The options they've proposed with changing the 4 and adding the 159, etc. Does that sound like it's gonna?
The 159 that they're proposing, it's only down Fisher and it's a peak period bus in one direction. If my daughter's school calls that she's sick and I have to come home, I have no way to get home because it's not a peak period anymore. Yeah. And if I want to go somewhere on the weekend with her, there's just no way to do it. It's unrealistic to think that a bus during rush hour is the only way people are going to get around.
Yeah.